Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have your weekly preview for the week of March 20th, 2023. Show No Mercy, new epic troop, the Bane of Mercy. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. Let Mercy be done. Experience a new World Event with your guildmates. Play World Event battles every day to unlock rewards. Window of Spirits for 20 more days, the campaign. Kingdom Pass for 6 more days. Make sure you get those crowns. If you haven't been getting 10 every day, you got 7 more days pretty much, so let's go. Week of Mirage. All Mirage troops gain 10% to skills. Week of Daemons. All Daemons gain 10% to their skills. Bonus souls, use the Bane of Mercy in PvP and Explore to gain 40 souls. Alright, you know how we do. We go straight to the Soulforge, so let's get going. See what kind of mythics are in here. And legendaries and weapons. Also, right now I'm hearing that some campaign mythics were skipped during the last cycle. So, more screw-ups by the devs. Medusa was one of them for sure. Let's go look at it real quick because I'm totally free to play, so I can tell by what I'm missing what should have been probably in the last cycle. And Medusa, they even admitted on the forum. I haven't looked at the forum this morning. There might be more information about this on the forum, and I might even make a video kind of about this and some other stuff. But yeah, definitely Medusa was missed for sure. Let's just show all unowned, and we'll do base rarity. And this is cool because since I'm totally free to play, you can and I have everything except for the campaign mythics and, like, you know, the dragons and the horde mimic and stuff like that, and some tarot cards. But Medusa, this was a long time ago when she was put into the game. I even remember reading a forum post from the devs, or somebody else made a post about Medusa. When's Medusa going to be available? And a dev had commented in the post, in the thread, that they screwed up. They missed Medusa. They'll make it up to us in the next cycle. And then that next cycle came and went, and they did not. So yeah, they're really screwing up these campaign mythics and cheating us out of them. So I know for sure because I'm, you know, free to play and stuff. So Medusa, I'm still missing it. I have enough diamonds. I have plenty of diamonds. I can make every single... The Elder Dragon probably should have been in the last cycle. Let's see. What else is, like, super old that's a mythic? Did I do base rarity? Yeah. So Medusa, the Elder Dragon, the Onyx Giant, he might not be, like... He was pretty recent, right? That might be it. That might be it. Maybe the Silken Queen should have been in there. But yeah, definitely... Medusa and the Elder Dragon. Medusa for sure, 100%. I'm very confident on that one. Should have been in that last cycle. Not sure about the Elder Dragon, but that would be probably the next oldest, and then the Onyx Giant after that. I might even have somehow randomly got one of the other ones. I don't know how, but yeah, the Medusa for sure is a screw-up by the devs. Just letting y'all know something that I learned this morning, because this last cycle's over. We're in like a new cycle now, since Ironhawk came through and stuff. So let's go to the Soulforge. Just thought that was some cool information. Not trying to, like, make people quit or anything, but there has been a lot of fugazi stuff going on. Alright, let's see. What's in here? We have... Alright, so we got Skady here. We got the Arachnian Weaver. We have Amarok, and we have Mambasira. So the best one, for sure, is Arachnian Weaver, a top 10 mythic. It is 20 yellow, green, purple is all carry, elf monster, web all enemies, deal true damage to the last 2 enemies. If an enemy dies, explode 15 gems. It has Creeping Doom, which is a 75% chance to summon Web Spinner when an enemy dies. Has Impervious and has Stealthy. So just, this is like a super solid freaking mythic. It does multiple things for a pretty low mana cost. And you can 50% start it off of Elf. Just webbing every single enemy. Dealing true damage to multiple enemies. Exploding if they die, the whole freaking board. Summoning an awesome legendary into first slot most of the time that can hit for triple damage. Really awesome. Impervious and Stealthy just solid on top of Creeping Doom. So, if you don't have this one, it's a top 10. You should get it. It's really awesome. Who would be next? Amarok, Mambasira, or Skady? Not Skady. Probably not Mambasira. I'm guessing Amarok, which is crazy. I don't think a lot of the weeks, the rest of them are ho-hum. So if you don't have Arachne Weaver, get it. If you already have Arachne Weaver, pass on the Mythics. Unless you're going for like collection purposes or kingdom level and power. None of these are top 10 or even top 20. So Amarok might be the second best this week. 24 red, yellow, brown, broken spire, elemental beast. Deal damage to an enemy. There's a 10% chance to devour them, boosted by red gems and burning enemies. If the enemy dies, create 9 red gems. So it's not terrible or anything. It's like above average, but it's definitely not a top 10 or a top 20. We got Mambasira, 24 purple, green, brown, Mist of Scales, Daemon Naga. Deal a range of damage to 6 random enemies. It has like no really good traits or anything. So as you can see, like compare this to Arachne Weaver. Arachne Weaver was webbing all enemies, true damage to the last 2 enemies, exploding. It had a cool summon. It had impervious. It had stealthy. It was a 20 mana cost. It was an elf that you can half start, 50% start. Mambasira does a range of damage, so below average. And then we have Skady, who used to be like useful because of her snowstorm, but there's many other ways to do that now. Jar of Eyes and stuff like that. 20 blue, purple, yellow, Glacial Peaks, Divine Fae. Freeze and Mana Burn the first 2 enemies. Knock them to last position. Summon Queen Mab. So Mana Burn used to be way better. Freeze used to be way better. We used to need the Snowstorm. There wasn't very many ways to make an Ice Storm. She just kind of got pushed down, pushed down, pushed down. She was never really a top 10 in the first place. So summons Queen Mab, who's another like legendary that used to be really good and is not really used anymore. So that kind of used to be your thing. The Snowstorm, the summon of the Queen Mab, the Mana Burn, all old things that we don't use very much anymore or need from her. All right, legendaries. We got Garnock, Gog and Good, King Bloodhammer, solid, and Baphomet. So King Bloodhammer is probably the most important thing here. The good old Glaceon King Bloodhammer, that used to be one of my team's like main teams. There was a time and place where, you know, like 4 years ago or so, where I was using Glaceon King Bloodhammer just like so much. It was like my best team, my favorite team. 16 red, brown, Draxum, Undead Dwarf. Deal damage to the 2 strongest enemies and transform all blue gems to Doom Skulls to boost the damage. Summon a Doomstorm when an enemy dies. So a legendary that's just perfect with Glaceon, who's also a really good legendary. It does damage and transforms blue gems to Doom Skulls and has a Doomstorm. So you can see how this goes. Like the good troops are going to do lots of stuff and be complementary to other troops. The bad troops are going to do like one little thing and that's all they do. So King Bloodhammer's the best legendary. We got Garnock, Gog and Good, and Baphomet. Ugh. Baphomet probably takes second place this week. It's kind of like Amarok, to where it's not even a top 10 or a top 20, but it's above average, so it gets second place. 17 red, purple, Blighted Lands, Daemon Centaur. Deal damage to 3 random enemies. If the enemy is burning, deal double damage. Deal triple skull damage versus burning enemies. So it's got a little bit going on for it, but not used too much right now. Third, probably Garnock, just for the 50% start for Orc allies. It's not great. It deals 1 true damage to all allies, and it makes red and yellow or red and brown gems. 7 red, 7 brown, not very much, but it's boosted by Orc allies. But you can only have so many Orc allies, so you can't get that very high. And then it summons an Orc troop, and Orc troops aren't very good. So, and that goes along with the 50% start for Orcs. They're not very good. So it summons a crappy typing, and it has a 50% start for a crappy typing. It does damage to your own team, and it makes a very little amount of the colors that it makes. So it's pretty bad. And then what does that say about Gog and Good? 16 green, brown, Broken Spire Giant. Either deal damage to an enemy, spend all my gold to boost the damage, or deal damage to all enemies and gain 80 gold. So it's an or that isn't, like, neither one is, like, awesome. Alright, so Arachne Weaver, King Bloodhammer is the deal with the troops. Alright, we have some weapons here. So we got the Explode Purple Gem, Sinna Mirage, Summon random status effect weapon. Definitely okay for collection purposes there. Scythe of Sin, just a random keystone. Sickle of Sin, another do the damage, red and purple, Sinna Mirage allies. Scythe McScythe face, I think this was like a special weapon. You might not have it, you might want to grab it for collection purposes. Jack-o'-lantern's okay sometimes when you just can't think of anything else. It does explode 4 gems and inflicts status effects. Doomed Crossbow might be the... Well, Arachnean Weaver's probably the top thing available overall, but Doomed Crossbow's second place for sure. Best red doomed weapon in the game. It goes really good with like Zul'Goth on like an all-red team. Should get that. Definitely don't miss out on the Doomed Crossbow. So what you want to look for is Arachnean Weaver, number 1, Doomed Crossbow, number 2, King Bloodhammer, number 3. That would be my recommendations. All right, let's take a look at this world event. I have a team video. I'll link it at the end of this. And I have a scoring video. So, got everything you need almost. Let's just skim over it real quick. Alright, defeat the new guardian of the portal, the Bane of Mercy. Arcane totems will trap her and open the way down. Collect candles and runes to bind her. We have spell damage, so make sure to be hitting multiple enemies with spell damage. That's the way to go. With spell damage metal, increases your spell damage super high. So you don't want to be doing skulls or anything, and you don't want to be hitting like one enemy. The scoring wasn't too bad. Check out my scoring video, please. Make sure to grab all your rewards before you get started so you can get your tokens and stuff like that. Because you don't want to be fighting battles without medals. I bought up to tier 3, but you should probably buy up to like tier 2 or so to start out. Get that explode and enchant potion. And yeah, just do your share. Let mercy be done. Video's already out. Team and scoring. Check it out, please. I'd really appreciate it. Share it out. Share it out to your Discord. Share it out to your guild. Share it out wherever you go, please. Your OnlyFans, whatever it is. Grandpa's Anonymous, wherever you're at. BigButts.com. I don't care where you do it. Just share it out, please. I need y'all's help. Okay, so now we can go to the shop, right? So, I already grabbed my Spoils of War. I already got this to Mythic, just in case it was usable for the world event. But we have 13 yellow-blue, I don't know my colors today. Yellow-blue, Mirage, Daemon. Give attack to the first ally and convert yellow gems to purple to boost the effect. Inflict curse on all enemies. It starts battles with full mana, so it's an empowered curse. It's kind of like the reverse of Mercy. So you know how like the Scourge of Honor, like Phoenix was the reverse of the Scourge of Honor? This is kind of the Scourge of Honor of Mercy. So we got Scourge of Honor, Bane of Mercy. We got Phoenix, Mercy. So sometimes they do that. They'll make the opposite. Like this curses all enemies. Mercy cleanses all allies. They both turn yellow to purple, right? And they both start empowered. So just an easy troop for them to think up and make. What does it come in with? We got Arcane Blade trait stones, and you get 2 per. Sometimes you only get 1 per. So when you get 2 per, it's definitely worth looking at. So we got blue, yellow trait stones. Let's go check out what we could fully trait with those stones. We'll do blue, yellow. We'll do all color. We'll do base rarity. We'll even do show all. Okay, so stuff like Aquaticus, that Tsunami, not used very much, but notable. Urali, the Poison Gaze. There's like at least 1 or 2 kingdoms still left where you can do the Scorpius Urali thing, and you need the Poison Gaze for that. Remember to check the Mythics to make sure they use the trait stone. They have 3 colors, so I can't know for sure if they use yellow and blue, but it seems like she would. Ironhawk, man. Artillery support. They've been kind of suspect about the way they've been making things come out or not come out and all the things the devs have been doing, but I know a lot of y'all got Ironhawk recently, so hopefully you can get the artillery support. You can use it in a vault event. I think the next vault event, another news, breaking news for you. I think it's like April 21st or something. It's like over a month away. Seems like they skipped another one. They definitely didn't give us our extra one, that's for sure. So a couple things today. They skipped Medusa in the last cycle for sure, and they definitely skipped a vault event, and they never really gave us an extra one. Or they gave us the extra one and skipped the next one, which doesn't really count. Enchanted Wind. Enchant all allies in 4 or 5 gym matches. That might be one of the most important ones other than artillery support that I've seen so far. So we got Urali, Mistralis, Ironhawk. Seems like a pretty good stone. Skady with their Snowstorm. Stonehammer has that Unbreakable, like the highest skull mitigation in the game. I don't use him very much, but he's still notable for that. Celestacia, gain a barrier in 4 or 5 gym match. Cedric, money bags. Borealis, triple skull damage versus Frozen. Or Airy has that Astronomy. Even Silent Sentinel has inflict silence when enemies deal skull damage to me and a 50% skull reduction and a 25% spell armor. Essentia has a 50% dragon start. Like, there's a lot of good stuff with this stone. A lot of, like, top-heavy stuff, at least. See if there's any empowered converters and stuff like that. Tao's empowered, but he's not really... Got an empowered mana generator there. Princess Elspeth. We got the Bane of Mercy, empowered converter. Astral Spirit's empowered, true damage. Remove all gems of a certain color. And I'm just doing these off the top of my head, so if I miss one. Got an empowered converter, purple to green. Anything else? We got Corpse Mare, we got Chris Turtle, a couple good bounty troops. And that's about it, but that's a lot of stuff. So definitely grab it if you need it for Ironhawk, Mistralis, or your Rally, Borealis, Cedric. Stuff like that for sure. Essentia. Make sure you check those troops, see if you need to fully trade them. Grab the trait stone in the glory shop. That's the best time to get them, because otherwise you're farming it and explore or something. Save up your glory and use it on those trait stones. All right, so we did the shop. Let's check out the event key drop table. We've got Sin of Mirage this week, so the only troops that are going to be available in the event chests are going to be Sin of Mirage troops. So let's go look at that. We're going to go to Sin of Mirage. And we're going to go to Base Rarity. And we're going to go to Show All. Alright, so we have the Scourge of Honor, super solid mythic, not a top 10 or anything, but useful. It does true damage to all enemies. Gain 2 mana back for each cursed or diseased enemy. And it curses and diseases a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. It explodes a green gem at the start of battle. It's like a super duper solid mythic, like an A-, B+ type, top 20-ish. Not as good as Phoenicia, but like better than Phoenix type of mythic. Somewhere right in there. We got Wrath, who's a solid legendary. He's used on a super fun team called the Skull Waterfall team. Was using it in the last live stream if you want to see it in action. Cataclysm, explode 2 random gems when I deal skull damage. It's got a 25% reflect. It transforms blue gems to brown and yellow to skulls, and rages all allies and burns all enemies, doing lots of stuff. And it's really good. I like Wrath. It's probably like borderline top 10 at this point. But if you're going for Scourge and you happen to get a Wrath, that'd be a good consolation prize. Other than that, I don't think there's anything too crazy unless you're like missing Greed for some reason. But yeah, really top heavy. It would be, oh, I'm going for Scourge, I'm also missing Queen of Sin, and I'm also missing Wrath. Those would be the people throwing event keys. And you should probably just save them, because none of that is like, you got to have it. And you need to save event keys until you have like 5,000. So if you think you saved up like 2,000 or 3,000 and it's time to throw them on Scourge of Honor, you need to have at least 5,000 before you start thinking about trying to get a mythic from a event key chest. Just trust me on that. Alright, what else is going on this week? Alright, so today you're going to be doing the campaign, you're going to be doing the world event, you're going to be finishing up those crowns. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have the faction, which you can check and see what it is. We go to Sin Mirage. We hit triangle, we go to Crystara, we go down here, and it's the Depths of Sin. So I will be making a video on that at the Butt Crack of Dawn on Tuesday, so look out for that video on the Depths of Sin Faction Assault event. Wednesday, we have Beals, the Sin Mirage pet. Thursday, we have Doomsayer class. Not a great class. It is used on the Moon Mage team, which is a quick clear team that will definitely get more popular if Ironhawk does get nerfed in the future. It's one of the fastest, like, low-level teams that doesn't use, like, a mythic that's not Rowan, basically. It's okay. It's good when you need to level up Doomsayer. It's really fast, but you have to use Doomsayer as its class to make it work properly. So Doomsayer, notable for the Moon Mage team, quick clear team. I made a video on that a long time ago. Shout out to Glorfindel. And Doomsayer has a good class weapon, but that really has nothing to do with the class event. You should equip Doomsayer and get 250 victories to get that weapon for free. And this weekend we have Bounty and the Chatathon. Remember that. We got the Chatathon this weekend. Either Saturday or Sunday. I still don't know exactly, but I'll let y'all know as soon as possible. I know I'm just being a big dummy and hurting myself like always. I love to do that. I'm definitely a self-saboteur, a masochist, or whatever it's called. So, yeah, it's going to be this weekend, but Crackathon either Saturday or Sunday. I'm shooting for Saturday, but there's a chance it could be Sunday. 75% chance it's Saturday, 25% chance it's Sunday. Please, I need some RSVPs for super early. That's the hardest, like, speed bump to get over. Once we can get into, like, the 10 a.m. area, we're kind of good to go. Like, people start coming into the stream. They start, you know, getting that ball rolling. There's more people there. They want to keep it going. But when there's only, like, 8 people there, like, at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m., like, it's going to be on just a couple people. So it'd be cool if somebody could, like, RSVP and make sure, you know, to keep it going for me. I'd really appreciate it. The previous centers could do it. They don't want to see us get this done. I could tell you that for sure. They're like praying that we fail every single time we do this. We don't do it very often. Every other month. I waited as long as I could to do it. I'm not trying to like do this every single month at the start of the month or anything. And it's super nerve-wracking for me. It makes me super anxious and everything. So please, 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 anybody out there want to make me feel better, just say you'll be there early and help keep it going. I'd appreciate it. And I'll shout you out for the rest of the week too. So let me know. And that's it. So Bounty, which is the best single-player event in the game other than the Vault event. It has the best potential rewards other than Vault event. So yeah, that's pretty much everything, right? Let's check out this adventure board and campaign. We got deeds. Got to get those. Remember to do that top line there as soon as possible. Why did mine not flip over? That's weird. Oh, I already did it. Never mind. The video I made this morning. Okay. So I've already got that done today. That's why it's done. Derp. Let's see. So the campaign. But there's deeds on the adventure board. Make sure you do that. Make sure you kill those 100 troops because it flips over the next day. You don't want to miss out on that or else it'll carry over to the next day and you won't get a new one. Once we had gained their trust, the priestesses of Orpheus were the most helpful yet. They sang of a spirit window in the mirrored halls that was the source of the Raven King's power. And they also sang of an ancient hammer guarded by crypt keepers that could shatter it. You know, that should be saying of an ancient hammer, not saying of a ancient hammer. It was time for a visit to the underworld. You can tell when people just use spell check and they don't actually edit. Oh, we got Treasure Hunter. I'm definitely re-rolling that. You guys can make me play Treasure Hunt if you want to during the Chatathon. That's one thing I'm offering up. And I might gift a membership if we get to a certain point. So look out for that. Just be there. Purple Slayer. Hunting Queen of Sin. Sometimes these are really, like, you should... A lot of the times you should just re-roll these too. Like Queen of Sin. You can go look in PvP if you want to. She might be in the World event. Possibly, but it's always, I'm gonna just re-roll it. Let's see what's behind it. Look at that. Win any battle except training. That's so much easier. Just do that. Promise you. Re-rolling is like the secret to campaign. Just re-roll everything that's even slightly annoying. Alright, what are we getting? Some copies of the pet, a little bit of Dragonite, a little bit of Cursed Runes, some books, a book, some more Dragonite. That's about it. Nothing too crazy. You could possibly get the High Priestess if you are on the Super Duper Pass. 6 yellow, Glacial Peaks Construct, create a Spirit Gem. There's a 7% chance to gain an extra turn for each yellow gem on the board. Nothing too crazy there. Empress is still the only good tarot card. And that's about it. What else we got? We got a little bit of attack. So campaign kind of boring. But that's it, really. I think the story of the week is, you know, the Mythics not going through the cycle, the Chatathon this upcoming weekend. You got Arachnian Weaver and the Soulforge. You got King Bloodhammer and the Doomed Crossbow. Bounties this upcoming weekend, which is a really good event for getting orbs and resources and stuff. It's the best single-player event in the game for potential resources other than the Vault. And then send a Mirage, you know, Scourge of Honor, Wrath. Not bad. Grab that Doomed Crossbow, though, that's for sure. Well, yeah, I'll see y'all. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel. Oh, yeah, we need to shout somebody out. Everybody needs to pray. Please pray for Supernova. If you've been around the Gems of War community for a while, you know who Supernova is. Joined up, link in the description. Maybe got gifted a membership, I can't remember. But the join button, that link in the description, can also get you a membership. You get badges, emojis, shout out like this. If you go to tier 2 and tier 3, there's other stuff like videos early and ad free, and then you can suggest a video. Dang, I need to make Glorfindel's video, man. I gotta get in contact with him, and okay, so I gotta do that for sure. Yeah, let's go. Join up. I really appreciate it. We got 70 right now, 71 or something like that. We got the sinful 70, so really appreciate it, Supernova. Thank you for, at the least, being at the live streams, because that's all you have to do to get a $5 membership and videos early and ad-free, a badge and an emoji, is just be present at a live stream, and it could get gifted to you. But yeah, that's it for today. Love you guys. You're the best. Peace out.